Hello and welcome to my channel where I mostly share my love of fragrance and enjoying my collection. In this video, I will be reviewing the new Escada Fairy Love perfume, as well as comparing it to the previous release, Candy Love. So let's get started. I'm excited to finally be able to review the new Fairy Love perfume from Escada. This actually came out in fall 2021, and I've been waiting for it to become available to purchase in the US, but for some reason it is still not available to purchase here. I'm not sure if it's ever going to be available because it really seems like it should have been released by now. I was able to buy the original perfume in this line, Candy Love, at Kohl's, but they don't seem to be carrying Escada anymore since they teamed up with Sephora. So I went ahead and just purchased Fairy Love off of Mercari, and there seems to be a good amount available. So if you're interested in this, definitely check that out. I was able to get it for a pretty good price. Now, Fairy Love is the second perfume released in this adorable heart-shaped bottle after Candy Love. And spoiler alert, I have to say that one of these is a love and one of these is not so much. So let's go ahead and get into the review, starting with Fairy Love. So starting with Fairy Love, this is the one that comes in the adorable red bottle, and the top notes are nashi pear, raspberry, and orange. The middle note is jasmine, and the base note is hazelnut. To me, this actually opens with a really strong alcohol smell, and it takes a minute to really start to smell the actual perfume. But when you do, the first thing I smell is a really strong pear note. And after a little while, it starts to gradually turn a little bit more floral, but really overall, it's just not very strong. I had to spray several times to really be able to pick up the scent well. And as it starts to dry down, you get more and more of that floral smell, and I really just don't smell much of the hazelnut, which is kind of disappointing because I expected this, fun Valentine's perfume to have more of, kind of like a sweet candy smell. But it just smells like a floral to me. After that pear kind of starts to, fade into the background, you really just kind of smell that I guess, jasmine. And overall, I just feel like it's really a weak scent, which is pretty disappointing because I actually really loved the first edition of this perfume. And so I was expecting it to be, kind of a sweet, fun scent, but this really, it just smells kind of like a very weak floral scent. And I hate to make this comparison, but it kind of smells like air freshener a little bit. When I'm smelling it, I'm not really getting the type of floral scent that I want to put on my body. So overall, I think you can instantly tell that this was the disappointment of the two. So let me go ahead and review Candy Love so you can kind of see the difference. And before I go on to Candy Love, I just wanted to mention that these bottles, as you can see, stand up on their own, which is really nice. They actually twist off from the bottom, and then you can just turn it over and spray from the larger piece. So I really like how they made sure that these bottles did stand. I don't like it when perfume bottles don't stand up on their own. So I do think they did a really great job with the bottle design for these. The perfumes are heavy. The bottles are super sturdy, and they're really nicely done. They say Escada on the bottom as well as around the sprayer, and overall I just think these are really nice quality. So now on to Candy Love. This one was released in 2020 in this adorable pink bottle, and the top note is candy apple, the middle note is rose, and the base notes are whipped cream and vanilla. And when I spray this one, the first thing I get is really sweet, juicy apple. And then as it starts to settle, you start to smell more of a kind of an actually strawberry-like scent. It doesn't smell as strongly of apples as it starts to dry down. But you get that soft floral in the background from the rose. But overall, it's kind of grounded by this sweet vanilla whipped cream. This one I really like. This is kind of the fun, easy, flirty perfume you think should be in this type of bottle. It's still not overly strong, but is definitely much stronger than Fairy Love. Like, you can clearly smell this. You don't have to overspray. It's super sweet and just really pretty. And overall, I think this was a really good buy. Definitely, as it starts to dry down more and I continue to smell it, you can smell that really sweet strawberry, that nice creaminess in the background. I definitely don't, still pick up that strong apple note anymore, but it's just a nice, sweet, flirty, fruity perfume. And I really like that whipped cream note kind of tying it all together. And I did want to add, I definitely see where they're coming from calling it a candy apple note. I think it does come out kind of smelling like strawberry, but if you're really smelling it, I think you can kind of see that hint of apple behind it. So I think overall, I would just really describe this as a candy apple and whipped cream fragrance, which of course sounds delicious and smells really good. The floral is definitely there in the background, but really, this is definitely a sweet, fruity scent. So to recap, I really like Candy Love. I think it's a really great buy, and especially if you're an Escada collector and you like to get their new releases every year. They always release, at least one nice summer scent, and then these tend to come more off that summer season. I definitely think it's worth picking up. Fairy Love, unfortunately, was just a total disappointment, and I think you can skip it even if you typically try to pick up new Escada fragrances, unless you just want the bottle. And to be honest, that's really why I got it. I wanted to be able to display the Fairy Love with my Candy Love. I think the bottles are so cute. I just think that, to me, it's worth the kind of cheaper price that I paid on Mercari to have the Fairy Love bottle so I can display it with my Candy Love. So I'm not too bummed overall because I think, they're gonna look really nice on my perfume shelf. But if you're buying it for the actual fragrance, I definitely think hunt down Candy Love. It's still available in some places and discount retailers. And I would just pass on Fairy Love. Unfortunately, the scent isn't unique, it isn't strong. It's just, kind of weak, generic floral and just not something I think you need to add to your collection. So that's it for my review of Fairy Love and Candy Love. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thank you so much for stopping by and let me know if you've tried these perfumes and what you think.